Hello, my delicious friends. Something completely different. I try not to rub my hands together. I usually do when I'm just talking, not playing like this. It's really annoying. I figured out. Also, I will not try to do this. Anyway, I'm going to restart my virtual nation. In Germany, we call it either virtuelle Nation or micronation, which is kind of wrong because there's one thing right in front of Britain, this Sealand or whatever it is, that's a micronation. And I'm talking about virtual nations, a nation that only exists on the internet, has no territory, nothing whatever, just basically a forum and a website. So I'm reviving this. It existed from 2004 until 2014. I'm like, I have no time for this. I shut it down. And I had still the forum with the friend server as well, with his forum. I met him actually, one of my best friends in the Virtual Nations. And we met and everything. It was wonderful and fun back in the day. They are slowly dying though. And I'm going to revive this whole thing because it's so much fun for me. Just having a forum, filling with the forum, writing like stuff. I'll come to that later. This wonderful state, you see, this is all in German, obviously. My English was much worse back in the day, but you see this whole, the whole extent of this article, right? This is an article on my wonderful state. This has to be renamed because we're changing names again, like for the 5th time or something. It has all the micronations in it. Virtual nations. Whatever, virtual nations. I would say micronations sometimes because just the habit of our community. And we lack people, and that's why I hesitated to do anything with my state again. And did nothing, and this usually like, we called it Sommerflaute. Basically, in the summer there was nothing up in the virtual nations for like 3 months. And this Sommerflaute now extends like 6 months. And it's really sad because it's lots and lots of fun if you're the person for this. So, listen up. This wonderful state is a military dictatorship. We was a socialist republic at some point, but it got boring because everything is perfect. Nah, it's boring. Military dictatorship. So, it's not a Facebook page. It's very important. I have this little piece of paper here where everything is written down. Because if you have all the speech, you have a piece of paper you hang around on and just don't forget anything. Anyway, not a Facebook page. Very important. Why do I do this whole stuff, right? Why would anybody like create a virtual nations, have a forum, and talk about stuff? Basically, you have a community. If you like the people, it's very fantastic. You find people, friends for life, basically, like my good friend Third here. I sometimes play games with. To roleplay, because we have the problem in our time that we have only on weekends like a bit of time, and like every 4, 6, 12 weeks or so, we find somebody to actually roleplay with. People from my generation, I'm 36 now, that's a problem. We don't find new friends, all the little guys are just too silly for us, and we roleplay in these forums. Have you ever imagined to live in a dystopia and a terrible future? Or not in the future, because Irkanien is not in the future, it's basically now time. But have you ever imagined how it is to live in a military dictatorship? You can live that by roleplay this if you want to. Anyway, I've written entire stories, like several pages long, just to in the setting of my virtual nation, because that's what I do. I like to write, but I don't write the entire book. Well, I want to, but I don't have the free time for this. And also, like, short stories, right? Much easier to write. I do that. And to generally be creative, like a friend of mine in Spain, actually, German emigrant or immigrant, one of these two words, basically moved from Germany to there. He made pictures of a racing car. He designed a whole racing track. He made several companies and town pictures and everything back in the day. I have to remind you, like 10 years ago. All that stuff, just to do things. For myself, it has a great benefit. I learned to use Photoshop and GIMP. I created giant maps with Inkscape, vector point thing graphics, SVG format. I learned to write better German, to actually write things right, how to address people and stuff like that. You may think like, it's easy, everyone. No, it's a whole different level. If you talk to a diplomat or something, or a person of respect, it gets a whole new level. If you have suddenly you meet, quote unquote, a president, like in the simulation and the role play, it's a whole new level. Like, to have nothing, cannot say dick, but I still do. But anyway, then there's a whole world map with other states on it, and that's a big thing for me right now. I want to get back on the German map. Again, that's not a very fantastic time for this. There are several maps, right? There are at least 2 from the UK with British people and some Americans on it. There's a whole map from the Polish people. Of course, they speak Polish even in simulation, obviously. And if you have a lot just German people, like 100 of them, they tend to speak German to each other, and that means you cannot connect with other world maps of other cultures like Poland, UK or whatever. Brazil has a big community as well. I want to go back on this one of these German maps. We have 2. Stop. We have 3, but one I really don't like. And don't mind. And I'm going to go back there. To conclude this whole thing, are any of my subscribers or anybody else who watches this interested in playing? If yes, I will translate everything on English, to English as well. I have this whole text, I have a website ready, at least the articles for it. And I will just translate it to English and make the forms basically bilingual, and in my off time I translate some of it. Like, we play in English because most of my viewers obviously speak English, right? We play on English, and I translate for external communication with like other states to German, or not, because most of these people speak English as well. So why would you do this? I told you, because it's awesome. You can be creative in everything you roleplay. And the best thing of all, Leonardo DiCaprio is our dictator. Yes, you hear right, at least his face. Bearded Leonardo DiCaprio is our new military dictator, the marshal of our nation. Sorry for coughing again. Also, we have a whole fucking language to play with. This is based on German, at least partly, mixed with a little bit of English. Like, some words look like English, but it's pronounced differently. And Japanese, because some of our immigrants back in the day, like 2,000 years ago, were from Japan. So, anime culture, you can live it here. I will hate you to death, but you can do it. Anyway, if you are interested, please leave a comment. Because if you are interested, I will translate this whole stuff to English as well. And if nobody from my subscribers or whatever friends want to play in English, I will not do it and spare me the work, right? Anyway, I see you guys next time. Rimworld is still up. Factoria is still up. Deus Ex will be completed soon. And maybe I see you on my wonderful micronation. Where is it? Where is my thing? Here we go. That's no thanks. This is the URL here, Irkanien.de, Germany. I may or may not keep this. This is work in progress. Of course, I have not done anything, but like just information here a bit, and it's basically it. I can basically switch. Actually, this is from Fureur. I have to still switch the flag here somehow. Yep, I have translated this into the language of the people, and I did this just for funs and giggles, for completeness sakes. State, geography, it's just the titles that are translated at the moment. If I click on state, this is, again, German, but I can work on that if you want me to, and I hope to see you with my series or my next nation. And of course, I love you all. you don't need to subscribe to this video, or sharing is okay, I guess. Anyway, bye bye.